We're libtards. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Oh, the libtards, they just say the Constitution to like fuck with our minds. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, you guys don't give a shit what we think. You're so fucking smarmy and annoying about it. Like whenever whenever conservatives pretend like all the libs are fucking Bill Maher, like they're smarmy liberals, it's just projection. It is so fucking projection. Like, Bill Maher is unironically the most conservative liberal. A lot of our conversations are about, like, how do we talk to these people? How do we talk to conservatives? How do we, like, convey our thoughts to them without them immediately writing us off? And I'll tell you, the answer is never, let's say the Constitution. Let's say the Constitution. Like, that's never an equation in that, okay? Because it doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't fucking matter. You guys don't give a fuck if we say that we like the Constitution. You're just gonna be like, libtard, you don't fucking... You don't understand the Constitution like I do, brother. Anyway, now for this. This video is called "Why the Right is Cringe." Okay, I know why.
Let's see this.
Let's see what Leaflet thinks.
The same political movement that spent a decade telling us that the Founding Fathers were villains, our Constitution was structurally racist, and America itself was an illegitimate white settler colonial state built on genocide and slavery.
Okay, alright, not really. I disagree with part of that last part, okay? The idea that we were like a settler colonial state. It's true that we were colonies, it's just that we weren't really like a colonial state in the sense of like all of the other colonial ethno states. Okay, like colonial imperialism, the UK, Great Britain, they did a lot of it. Okay, we revolted against them. We had a revolution, right? The Declaration of Independence. Excuse me. The Declaration of Independence. For that reason, I don't really see America as a historically settler colonial state. That being said, we did genocide the Native Americans. That is just true. Okay, it doesn't make us settler colonial though. I see like I see the logic there. Okay, I don't agree with it. So, anyway.
The left has gone all in on embracing this aesthetic. They dress themselves up as patriots and cosplay as the Founding Fathers while attending protests under the tagline, "No King." And many on the right are just completely dumbfounded. Didn't we just spend the last 10 years watching these same people essentially declare total war on the American mythos? All of us remember the Cultural Revolution that was the Great Awakening. We all lived through the 1619 crisis.
I mean, it's more like the libs, the woketards, they have wanted for a long time to bring nuance to this conversation about patriotism. So instead of like blindly believing, blindly following the national mythos, right? Let's like actually scrutinize it and look at the real history. That doesn't mean that there's no patriotism. Okay, like it's not like leftists have ever said, you know, there is nothing, absolutely nothing to be proud of about this country. We have done no good. It's just not the case, okay? America, the United States, like any other country, we've done good things, we've done bad things. The point is we need to acknowledge these things and try to decipher why we did bad things, why we did good things, okay? How'd that all happen? You know, so that we know better for the future. Knowledge is power. Maybe.
Down of statues and monuments.
I remember.
Incessant lecturing that America was never great to begin with. The very public character assassination attempt, and several of them were quite successful, against everyone from astrophysicists to CEOs.
America was never great after the Reagan admin, which is where that phrase comes from. Okay, what did Reagan say? He said, "Make America great again," because they were coming out of the recession from the 70s. That was bullshit. It was bullshit when Reagan said it because he didn't make America great again. He made it worse, actually. And then shit got worse. And it kept getting worse. For decades and decades. And then Trump started saying, "Make America great again." And it's bullshit. It was always bullshit. It's not about, because it's not about making America great again. It's about making America racist again. Making America white supremacist again. That's what they're really saying.
Relentless, personal, and ruthless attacks on white men for being the root of all evil in the world. The explicit attempt to shut them out of all institutions and elite career pathways.
This shit is so fucking evil, by the way.
Make America great again. Make it hate again. Make it white. Make everybody fight.
Let's get out.
To the very people who framed their hatred for us as a universal moral.
Yeah, well, if you don't like it, then just leave.
2020, but now they're sacred guardians
Yeah,
of
bro.
liberty to invoke against the current occupant.
What a great argument that is.
A sizable chunk of the political divide. Who expects us to accept their appeal to things they themselves were trying to tear down just a few years ago. I think you know where I'm going.
I know
You've
where
already seen the title of this video.
he's going with it.
At the same time, there's been this huge blow up over to what degree the American founding can be used.
You motherfuckers want to tear it down. That's what y'all are all about. That's what MAGA is all about. It's all about tearing the country down, right? And then stating Trump is the God, King, Emperor. That's what it is. And lately, you guys have just, like, not even been trying to hide it. You've just been like, oh yeah, that's what we want. And I get that. I get that, because that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. I didn't want it. When I was a Trump supporter, I didn't want to change the country. I didn't actually want to make it great again. I wanted to destroy it. I hated America. I hated what it did to me and my family. But I was a child. And children are easily manipulatable. But don't be mistaken. That is where this love for Trump comes from. This MAGA cult. That's where it comes from. It comes from hatred. Hatred for the liberal democratic system. Okay, these MAGA idiots, they see the real structural violence that is America. They see the war. They don't like it. Okay, but their answer to it is to be more brutal. Is to be more evil. Evil maxing. We're evil maxing now. Okay, that's what their solution is. It's stupid.
There's been a similar cultural battle.
You want to destroy America with fucking evil. And you think that your grand design, your ideology will rise from the ashes like a phoenix. It's idiotic. Trump will bring the destruction of this nation if we don't stop him.
Came out just a few years ago, Beyond Journey's End.
Love this
A
anime.
handful of left-wing anime fans have argued that, like every other cultural icon of the last decade, Frieren obviously belongs to them.
What?
But there's just one problem. Frieren is as close to being explicitly right-wing as any anime possibly could be. And it's right-wing in a way that explains virtually everything that's happening to American politics at the moment. Now, for those of you who haven't seen it, here's what you need to know about the world of Frieren. In this world, demons exist, and they've evolved a very specific survival strategy. They look almost exactly like human. They have the same bodies, they have the same faces, they even speak with the same voices. The only thing that really gives them away are the small horns on their head. And you've got to remember, these things have spent centuries studying human beings and learning how to blend into society. They've picked up human speech and behavioral pattern, but none of it's real. The whole thing is a performance. It's a manipulative play with one purpose and one purpose only: to weasel their way into a position close enough to do what they actually came to do, which is to eat the humans themselves. And in one of the most memorable scenes of the first season, Frieren's party encounters a demon that has taken the form of a young girl. I want you to pay close attention to what happens next. The human hero of this party, Himmel, simply can't bring himself to strike this demon down, even after it had just murdered and eaten another child. From Himmel's perspective, all that he sees is a small and frightened girl, not a monster with no compassion for its victims. And so he just can't do it. He can't swing his sword and strike this demon down.
This show is so good, by the way.
His own principles, his own moral compass, really his entire worldview. What happens next is that the village chieftain steps forward and offers to take the demon in as one of his own. He basically promises to raise it as a human and to show it love and compassion. But in doing so, he's playing right into the demon's hand. It has no interest in integrating into human society or reforming itself along humanity's moral order. All it's interested in is manipulating the emotions and principles of the humans around it in order to continue killing.
This is what the Somalis are. This is what black people. This is Jews. I presume that that's probably where this is going. Okay, something like that. Not as explicit. Not oh my god, J-Star. I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you said that. That's racist. Okay, you can also look. Just to be clear, there is nothing inherently right-wing about this concept. Okay, I can easily project my left-wing worldview onto this. Okay, and in fact, you can do this with a lot of things. Okay, really anything, actually. Any community that you can think of that you belong to, you can project that onto this. Okay, because there's the evil within. Okay, there's secret insiders that they're actually plotting the downfall. Okay, I've talked quite often about Zionism and its infestation in Christian communities, and through the form of what we call dispensationalism. Okay, dispensationalists are the demons within Christian communities, within congregations. Okay. Now, with that said, I could also, like I said, put my left-wing politics. I could apply that to this, right? I could say that the rich people, the elite class, they are the demons that, are probably literally eating us, literally kidnapping and eating people.
Tragically, the same principles that drove this family to open up their home ultimately result in the village chieftain being killed, his homestead burned to the ground, and his daughter nearly suffering the same fate as the first child that Himmel failed to avenge. Frieren steps forward to do what Himmel couldn't, and in this moment, we learn everything we need to know about the world of Frieren. The demon cries out yet again for a mother it doesn't even have, and when Frieren presses it on it, finally admits that it's simply a magic word that keeps people from killing them. As Frieren herself
That episode was crazy.
奴らにとっての言葉は人類を欺く術だ。
That's the line I put at the beginning of the song.
奴らにとっての言葉は人類を欺く術だ。
The point here is that demons use human empathy and morality to their own advantage, despite never adhering to those moral principles themselves. The entire thing is a trick designed to cause what would otherwise be the demon's enemies from recognizing themselves as such. This is why I said earlier that Frieren is deeply right-wing, so much so that there's an entire collection of memes pointing this fact out.
There's so many.
And this one scene from a Japanese anime perfectly explains the current state of American politics today. I've summarized the phenomenon here in a tweet that ultimately inspired this entire video. This has been the story of American politics for years.
Conservatives win an election, leftists appeal to the Constitution, the rule of law, Christianity, and the Founding Fathers to ensure that... That's true, they always do that. But Jesus said this, but the Bible says this, they always do that. The leftists always do, whenever they can. And ensure that the conservatives never act against them. Leftists win the next election, they immediately discard all these principles and begin ruthlessly imposing their will on society. They go way too far, lose the following election, and instantly go back to appealing to the Constitution. Conservatives, the Constitution, huh? Why do you keep using that word? Leftists, because it stops you from killing.
Arguably decades even. The Constitution, the rule of law, separation of powers, checks and balances, federalism, the founders' vision for this entire country. All of these
Yeah, man, the reason that leftists talk about the Constitution is entirely because they want to appeal to right-wing people, and not at all because we all acknowledge and want to hold on to our liberalist constitution, the liberal protections from the government. Okay, the reason I keep saying the word liberal is because that's exactly what it is. That's what the Constitution is. That's what our founding fathers were. Okay, they were fucking annoying, smarmy liberals, just like from the before time. Okay, so I have never heard liberals say, down with the Constitution, burn the Constitution, get rid of the Constitution. We all appreciate the Constitution. The Constitution is the only thing that protects us from the government. Okay, like there is no other mechanism of protection from the government. And this is something that most societies don't have. And as I've said over and over again, it is the only redeeming quality of our nation. It is the easily the most virtuous part of our country, is that we have these civil liberties. Because we're liberals. Because we're a liberal democracy. A constitutional republic. Liberal democracy. That's what the founding fathers envisioned.
Generational commitments on the right. We see them as essential elements to who we are as Americans. They have to be honored and defended, even when doing so is painful, and even when honoring them means sometimes losing. But this is exactly why the left appeals to these things. Even if they don't fully understand the reason why, they do understand that these things carry an almost mythic power in the minds of conservatives, and it's a mythic power they're all too happy to exploit when it suits them. Perhaps there's no better recent example of this than this year's Democrats.
But conservatives don't give a fuck. They don't. They don't give a fuck what we think. We're libtards. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Oh, the libtards. They just say the Constitution to like fuck with our minds. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, you guys don't give a shit what we think. You're so fucking smarmy and annoying about it. Like whenever whenever conservatives pretend like all the libs are fucking Bill Maher, like they're smarmy liberals, it's just projection. It is so fucking projection. Like, Bill Maher is unironically the most conservative liberal of all time. Like, he is, okay? And I think that's why he's so smarmy and annoying, okay? Like you guys write us off. So, like, I'm always talking to conservatives, listening to conservatives. And when I do talk to leftists, maybe not liberals as much, but leftists, you know, a lot of our conversations are about, like, how do we talk to these people? How do we talk to conservatives? How do we, like, convey our thoughts to them without them immediately writing us off? And I'll tell you, the answer is never, let's say the Constitution. Let's say the Constitution. Like, that's never an equation in that, okay? Because it doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't fucking matter. You guys don't give a fuck if we say that we like the Constitution. You're just gonna be like, libtard, you don't fucking... You don't understand the Constitution like I do, brother. Like, that's what it is, dog. So, like, there are other methods that we employ to talk to conservatives, Republicans, you know, average people, centrist, even. Centrist or right-wing, okay, but centrist, quote-unquote. We have a variety of methods for talking to you guys, but, you know, the thing that you guys are always talking about that you hate is fucking buzzwords. Okay, so like that's the last thing we want to do when we're talking to you guys. We don't want to use buzzwords. Or what you guys refer to as buzzwords, okay? We avoid that shit at all cost. That's it, anyway.
Oh,
let's keep going.
Governor Abigail Spanberger deliberately chose to deliver it from the chamber of North America's oldest legislative body in Williamsburg, just a few miles from the site of the first English colony at Jamestown.
Do they even kind of look like demons, dude?
America's independence at Yorktown.
Like a little bit, you know?
And in this speech, what did we see? Explicit references to the Declaration of Independence, our Constitution, and the Bill of Rights, invoking the story of America's independence from tyranny. Direct appeals to
what our founders envisioned.
Spanberger even went so far as to quote George Washington and regurgitate the old conservative adage about law and order.
Okay, yeah, man. Well, like, there's nothing about the current administration that is, like, in line with what the founders of this great nation had in mind when they wrote the Constitution, when they passed the Bill of Rights. This is insanity, man. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, that, I don't understand how these motherfuckers can defend this shit. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, yeah, is the smarmy liberal politician kind of annoying when they say these things? Yeah, but like, so far, and I haven't heard the speech, but so far, she ain't wrong. She ain't fucking wrong. You can call her annoying, you can call her like, I don't know, preachy, right? But you can't say she's wrong.
Twisted into an attack on ICE, even after an illegal migrant from Sierra Leone with 30 prior arrests stabbed a woman at a bus stop in Northern Virginia. Keep in mind, all of this was happening at the same time the Democratic Party...
Did you guys see the thing recently where, was it in San Francisco? There was, like, a guy that, like, killed some dude, and he didn't even go to jail for it. Did you guys see that shit?
In the state she governs, is advancing bills to terminate Virginia's cooperation agreements with ICE...
Was that San Francisco where that happened? Was that
somebody got killed somewhere in the country, so we can be authoritarian.
I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, great argument, bro.
If anyone knows the case, like, send it to me.
Of law enforcement to share information with federal immigration agents.
Do you have it, DACA? Do you have the info on that one, DACA? Was it in New York?
Immigration arrests near courthouses and turned schools into ICE-free zones. And the same illegal alien who stabbed a woman to death at a bus stop in Northern Virginia, that all happened literally the day before her speech. And a week later, Spanberger refused to hand him over to ICE for deportation.
Spamberger.
Founders would have wanted illegal
dude, her name is Spamberger. Where the fuck did it's made up. They're trolling us. These people are lizards. They're fucking alien reptile people. Spamberger? Dude, there's no way. Her name is Spamberger. Oh my god, her name is actually Spanberger. It's Spanberger, not Spamberger. My bad, with an N. I thought it was Spamberger. Spanberger. That shit's not real. Her fucking website just crashed my fucking Jesus Christ, man.
You were in the politics of...
Alright, it crashed my my web browser. Hold on. I'll get us back to where we were. I think it was right here.
yet somehow twist it into an attack on ICE, even after an illegal migrant from Sierra Leone with 30 prior arrests stabbed a woman at a bus stop in Northern Virginia. Keep in mind, all of this was happening at the same time the Democratic Party...
Did you guys see the thing recently where...
...staged...
recently happened. If anyone knows...
Wait, what was
San
that
Francisco, there was,
recording?
All of this was after an illegal migrant from Sierra Leone.
What is this source? Fairfax County.
when it was. If anyone knows the case,
him over to ICE for deep bus stop in Northern Virginia, near courthouses, and turned schools into ICE-free zones. And the same illegal alien who stabbed a woman to death at a bus stop in Northern Virginia, that all happened literally the day before her speech. And a week later, Spamberger refused to hand him over to ICE for deportation. Does she believe this is what the founders would have wanted? Illegal migrants from another continent coming here and killing Americans? How do you stand there, in the birthplace of America, quote the founding fathers, and then go home and do everything in your power to govern in a way that would horrify them? The answer, of course, is that she isn't confused, and she's not being inconsistent. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's invoking the things she knows conservatives hold sacred, because invoking them constrains conservative action. The moment her party is back in power, and the Constitution becomes an obstacle rather than a shield, it will stop being a sacred document and go back to being a relic of white supremacy, just like it did before. And this gets to the fundamental problem at the heart of American politics right now. To conservatives, the Constitution is a civic Bible. It's the cornerstone of America's identity. It's the guarantor of liberty for its people, and the crowning achievement of our country's contribution to political philosophy. But to the left, the Constitution is something else entirely. They don't appeal to the Constitution because they believe in it. They appeal to the Constitution because you do. The Constitution is, at best, just a procedural tool to invoke when it gets you what you want.
But you don't give a fuck about the Constitution either. Right? And I'm not even saying that, like, libs don't care about the Constitution, don't care about upholding it. Like, I'm just saying that you obviously don't. Like, you're doing exactly what you say we are guilty of, which is not giving a fuck about the Constitution and just using it to posture. Because if you really cared, you would be seeing what the administration is doing, and you would be like, huh, you know, I think it's kind of fucked up that, that we're, like, continuing to go to war without congressional approval, and we're arresting political dissent for thought crimes, and we're illegally arresting people and deporting them to God knows where without due process. But you don't talk about those things, because you don't give a fuck about the Constitution.
It's a founding document.
And again, this is the same reason why anytime they can, they'll appeal to your beliefs by using Christianity or other kinds of morals that, like, they don't actually believe.
That's also what you do. You literally, dude, I'm sorry to call you a fake Christian, okay, but, like, you are one of the most unchristian you're actually the Christian version of Nux Taku. I'm not kidding. I've talked about how Nux Taku is probably an atheist before. And, yeah, I mean, I think he probably is in his heart of hearts, but, you know, he's ethnically Jewish, and he claims to be religious, claims to be a Jew religiously. And, you know, I think it's bullshit, but anyway, you, were, like, fucking defending a pedophile in your Discord server who was a moderator and was grooming a child, and then you said that the child groomed themselves and, like, got the adult in on it, which is insane and doesn't sound very Christian to me. Also, you said it yourself, I'm a bad Christian, which doesn't make any fucking sense. You know, it seems like you're confusing the idea that, like, everybody sins, everybody, you know, commits sins, right? Like, nobody's perfect. And you're saying it like, oh, I'm a bad Christian. That's not what, these two things are not the same, okay? You understand? Like, an actual Christian wouldn't say I'm bad at practicing Christianity. That's insanity. That's just crazy. That's not real. That's not real Christianity.
The progressives are determined to tear down, sometimes quite literally. It's the political equivalent of that same survival mechanism that demons have in the world of free reign, which might conveniently explain why a subset of the left openly identifies with them in online discourse. But of course, these two views are not compatible. There's no political system on Earth, no matter how well written or long-lasting it may be, that can survive a dynamic where one side treats its founding principles as a bedrock of civilization, and the other treats them as a means to deceive their enemies. So what does this all teach us? Well, for years now, I would argue that almost everyone on the right
is just projection.
even if they've struggled to put it into words. words. The left has spent a long time essentially abusing deeply held conservative principles in order to force them into situations that actively harms them. And they've just expected to keep getting away with this as long as they can string together the right magic words. That's precisely what the demon does in Frieren. It doesn't need to overpower Himmel. It just needs him to hesitate and to doubt whether he's looking at an enemy at all. But this spell only has power over someone who believes in it. And this is what the right has been painfully slow to come to terms with.
It's true.
The
It's hard.
Constitution, the rule of law, separation of powers, checks and balances, federalism,
God, I love America.
the founder's vision for America. None of these things came first. The revolution did. The rules and procedures only came after the question was settled as to who this country belonged to. And
Do you see like how hypocritical this shit very obviously is? Like that, dude. This video is called "Why the Right Is So Cringe," and I could not agree more. Okay, but like in a more meta way. Okay, this video is why the right is so cringe. Like you are being performative right now. Think about what you just said. God, I love America. God. Let's hear it again.
Right now,
let's hear it again.
God, I love America.
God, I love America. Yeah, that sounds so genuine. I am Mr. Person, and I am about to say words that I believe. Yes. Yes, my name is Person Human Man, okay? God, I love America. Well, let's hear that one more time. Let's hear it one more time.
God, I love America.
None of these things came first. The revolution did. The rules and procedures only came after.
It's so posture, it's so performance. It is that.
First order question. And recognizing this isn't an act of cynicism or an abandonment. To go back to the Frieren analogy for just a moment. When she strikes the demon down, does she somehow stop protecting the humans she cares about? Does she become the demon herself? She just stops pretending that extending mercy to something that will use that mercy to keep killing is synonymous with being merciful itself.
And that's why we gotta get Ilhan Omar out of here. Am I right, guys? That's why. She needs to go. Time to go back. Time to go back to Somalia.
The right doesn't need to stop believing in the Constitution or the rule of law. It just needs to stop extending these principles in a universal, automatic, and good faith manner to the very forces that have made it clear that they'll invoke them when convenient and discard them when they're not. And doing so isn't a betrayal of what the founders built or stood for.
I heard that they said they'll take her back. Did you just hear about that? Apparently Somalia said this morning that they're willing to take her back.
That's the only way any of it can possibly survive.
Yeah, that was a good one, actually.
I fucking hate you, pedophile defender. Run and hide from me, you pathetic troglodyte. Yeah, that fits here.